Did you know that the majority of heart attacks and strokes happen within the first 3 hours after waking up? And here is what makes this even more alarming. There are 4 common morning habits that significantly increase the risk of this happening. Millions of people repeat these habits every single day, almost automatically, believing they are completely natural or even healthy. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what these 4 dangerous morning habits are, the ones cardiologists have been warning about for years. I will explain why each one puts your heart under serious pressure the moment you open your eyes. And more importantly, I will show you what simple changes you can make starting tomorrow morning to protect your heart and dramatically lower your risk. Now, before we get into this, if you care about your heart health and you want practical information you can actually use, hit the subscribe button right now. Tap the like and drop the number 1 in the comments so I know you are here and paying attention. Now, to truly understand why these habits are so dangerous, you first need to understand what is actually happening inside your body. The moment you wake up when you are asleep, your body enters a state of deep recovery. Your blood pressure drops, your heart rate slows down, your entire cardiovascular system shifts into a low-energy repair mode. Everything is calm, everything is quiet. But the very second you wake up, everything changes. Your body flips a switch. It activates what doctors call the morning surge. Your heart starts beating faster. Your blood pressure spikes rapidly. Your cortisol, the stress hormone, floods your system. And here's the part most people never hear about. Your blood actually becomes thicker and stickier during the night because you have gone 6 to 8 hours without a single drop of water. Now, in most cases, a healthy body manages these changes without any problems. But when you add certain habits on top of this already stressed system, that is when the real danger begins. And the first habit that makes this morning surge even more dangerous is something almost everyone does without thinking twice. Jumping out of bed the moment your alarm goes off. The alarm rings and within seconds you are already on your feet. Maybe you rush straight to the bathroom or head directly to the kitchen. It feels completely normal. But for your heart, this is a shock. Here is what is happening inside your body. When you stand up suddenly, gravity pulls your blood downward into your legs. Your heart now has to work much harder to push that blood back up to your brain. This causes a rapid spike in blood pressure, and after the age of 60, your arteries are naturally stiffer, which means this adjustment becomes slower and far more difficult for your body to handle. Most people assume that having consistently high blood pressure is the main danger behind heart attacks and strokes, and yes, that is true. But what many doctors will tell you is that these sudden, sharp changes in blood pressure that happen first thing in the morning can be equally dangerous, sometimes even more so. Now think about this for a moment. Have you ever stood up too quickly from your bed and felt a wave of dizziness? Maybe your vision went dark for a few seconds. Maybe you felt unsteady on your feet and had to grab onto something. That is not a minor thing. That is your body telling you it cannot adjust fast enough. And the mistake most people make is they dismiss it as just getting older. That is a dangerous assumption. But here is the good news. The fix is incredibly simple. Before you stand up, sit on the edge of your bed for 1 to 2 minutes. Move your feet in slow circles. Wiggle your toes. Stretch your legs gently. Take 4 or 5 deep, slow breaths. That is all it takes. This gives your blood pressure time to adjust gradually instead of crashing all at once. It reduces the strain on your cardiovascular system and makes that transition from lying down to standing up far safer. Now, that first habit is something you do before you even leave your bedroom. But the second dangerous habit is waiting for you the moment you walk into your kitchen. And that second habit is one that millions of Americans consider the most important part of their morning routine. Drinking a strong cup of coffee or tea on a completely empty stomach. Be honest with yourself right now. When you wake up is one of the very first things you do, reaching for that cup of coffee. Most people do this before they even drink a glass of water. It feels like a ritual. It feels harmless. But after the age of 50 or 60, this habit can put serious additional pressure on your heart. Here is why. Remember that cortisol surge I mentioned earlier? When you wake up, your stress hormone is already at its highest point of the entire day. That is your body's natural way of getting you alert and moving. Now, when you add a cup of coffee on a completely empty stomach, the caffeine stimulates your nervous system, increases your heart rate, and triggers an additional spike in blood pressure on top of the one that is already happening. And the reason an empty stomach makes this worse is simple. Without any food to slow it down, caffeine gets absorbed much faster, and its effects hit your system much harder. Now, many people hear this and their first reaction is panic. Does this mean I have to give up my morning coffee? Absolutely not. Coffee is actually a very healthy drink. It is loaded with antioxidants and in moderate amounts, 2 to 3 cups a day. It is not only safe but genuinely beneficial for your heart in the long run. The problem is not the coffee itself. The problem is the timing and the way you are drinking it. And the fix could not be easier. When you wake up, the very first thing you should reach for is a glass of water, roughly 8 to 10 ounces. You can add a squeeze of lemon or a few mint leaves if plain water does not appeal to you. Then wait about 20 to 30 minutes before you have your coffee. And when you do drink it, have something small alongside it. A banana, a handful of almonds, a slice of whole grain toast with avocado. Just do not drink it on a completely empty stomach. That one small change in your morning routine can make a bigger difference for your heart than most people realize. But now, let me show you the third habit. And this one genuinely surprises almost everyone who hears it for the first time. Taking a shower with water that is either extremely hot or extremely cold immediately after waking up. Most people consider this completely normal. Some even believe cold showers are incredibly healthy. But according to cardiologists, especially after the age of 60, this is one of the most dangerous things you can do in the morning. Here is what happens. Your blood pressure is already elevated from the morning surge. If you step into a very hot shower, your blood vessels dilate suddenly. Your blood pressure drops rapidly and your heart is forced to beat faster to compensate. That sudden shift in pressure can reduce blood flow to your brain and even to your heart itself. Now, if you do the opposite and blast yourself with cold water, exactly the reverse happens. Your blood vessels constrict violently. Your blood pressure shoots up like a rocket, and your heart receives an intense spike of pressure it was not prepared for. In both cases, these sudden temperature changes during the most vulnerable hours of the day create dangerous cardiovascular stress that significantly increases the risk of a heart attack or stroke. The fix is simple. Keep your morning shower lukewarm, somewhere between 97 and 100 degrees. Start warm, let your body adjust. And if you want to finish cooler, do it gradually. Never shock your system with sudden temperature changes. Now, we have arrived at the fourth habit. And in my opinion, this is the most dangerous one of all. Not drinking water when you wake up. Let me ask you a simple question. How many glasses of water do you drink first thing in the morning? 1, 2, or none at all? If the answer is none, you need to hear this very carefully. During the night, your body goes 6 to 8 hours without a single drop of water. And during those hours, you are losing water through your breathing and through sweat, even if you do not realize it. By the time you wake up, you are already mildly dehydrated. Now, here is what happens when your blood has less water in it. It becomes thicker, it becomes stickier, and it flows much more slowly through your vessels. This forces your heart to work significantly harder just to push that thick blood through your system. But that is not even the worst part. Dehydration makes it much easier for dangerous blood clots to form inside your arteries. Clots that can block blood flow to your heart or your brain. Now remember what I explained at the beginning of this video. In the morning, your blood pressure is already surging. Your cortisol is elevated. And if on top of all that, your blood is thick from dehydration, you are essentially forcing a stressed engine to pump heavy oil through narrow pipes. It can fail at any moment. And after the age of 60, this becomes even more serious because your body's thirst mechanism weakens as you age. You could be significantly dehydrated and not even feel thirsty. But the solution is incredibly simple and you can start today. First, the moment you wake up, drink a full glass of water, 8 to 10 ounces. Add a little lemon or a sprig of rosemary if you prefer some flavor. Second, keep drinking water consistently throughout the day. Do not wait until you feel thirsty. Aim for a glass or two every couple of hours during the morning and afternoon. Try to get most of your water in before 5 or 6 in the evening. After that, just small sips if needed. This way, you stay properly hydrated without having to wake up multiple times during the night to use the bathroom. So, let me bring this all together for you. 4 morning habits that millions of people repeat every single day without knowing the damage they are causing. Jumping out of bed too fast, drinking coffee on an empty stomach, showering with extreme temperatures, and not drinking water when you wake up. Each one of these on its own puts unnecessary stress on your heart. But when you combine them with the natural blood pressure surge and thicker blood that your body is already dealing with every single morning, the risk of a heart attack or stroke increases dramatically. The good news is that every single one of these habits has a simple fix. And tomorrow morning is your very first chance to make these changes. Sit on the edge of your bed before you stand. Drink a glass of water before anything else. Wait before you reach for that coffee and keep your shower lukewarm. These are not dramatic lifestyle overhauls. These are small, simple adjustments that could genuinely protect your heart for years to come. If you found this video helpful, share it with someone you love. A spouse, a parent, a friend over 60 who starts every morning the same way without realizing the risk. Sometimes one small piece of information at the right time can make all the difference. And make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a video like this.